Hey, I'm Scott Landis with Marriage Architects, and today I want to talk to you about criticism. We're starting a series that'll be available on our blog and on our newsletter and our podcast about relationship killers. And the first one we're talking about today is criticism. So be careful with criticism. It's a relationship killer. First of all, anybody who gets criticism, do they ever fully agree to it? Does anybody ever say, oh yeah, that totally makes sense to me. That's totally how I feel about myself. What you just said about me really resonates. No, nobody ever says that. So why do that to your spouse? Why put your spouse in that situation? So careful with criticism of your spouse, because you put your spouse in an impossible situation. Either they are going to react to it, which is going to automatically be a defensive position. They're having to defend themselves. You never blah, blah, blah. Well, no, I don't. That's not true. I just did that last week. They're defending themselves and now it's an argument. So if they don't do that, if your spouse is emotionally mature enough to take criticism and not react to it, congratulations. That's a rare find. And that really does take emotional maturity to take criticism and not react. So, but anyways, if they don't react to it, what they're doing is they're still thinking about it. I mean, you're their spouse. You're the person on this planet who has the most input into their identity and growing their identity of anyone else in the world. So you're that person, that special person in their life that can help them with their identity and really know who they are. And you just criticized them. That's going to really conflict with that previous statement. Okay, this person I know loves me and cares about me more than anyone, but what they just said was very critical, and so that doesn't add up, it doesn't go together. So what you want to think about is what's really going on when you criticize. Really, what's going on is you're expressing an unmet need. So instead of criticizing, or at least when you do criticize, stop yourself and say, okay, self, what's my need? What's my unmet need that's really going on here? Why do I feel the need to criticize my spouse? What is going on in me that's unmet? Typically, what you'll find is that your criticism of your spouse comes from an unmet need in you. So if you can ask yourself, what do I really need? And then what comes to mind when you ask yourself that? Let's say you say, you're always coming home late from work. You're always coming home late for work. Why can't you ever be on time for anything? It's critical, right? But what's the need? The need is, hey, I'm really feeling disconnected. I'm really feeling lonely right now. I feel like we haven't connected for a long time, and it's causing me some anxiety, to be honest with you. And I'm terrified to even bring this up to you because I'm afraid it's going to end up a fight, but here's what I'm dealing with. Here's what I need. I need some time with you. And when you don't come home on time, it really just triggers that for me. So I wanted you to know that. And just so you know, that's what's going on with me. Now, I'm not going to expect anything from you, but I would appreciate if we could spend some time. Is that something we could do? That's a totally different statement, a totally different type of message than you're home late from work again. Why are you always so late from work? You're never on time. You don't care about me. Those are critical. The other one is talking about what do I need. So when you find yourself thinking these critical thoughts about your spouse, stop yourself and think, what is it that I need? What's my unmet need? And then go from there. So think about this also. When you think about criticizing your spouse, think about them as a toddler or a dog. We have a dog roaming around here today, and we don't expect too much from our dog, right? The dog causes a mess, doesn't pick up after themselves, and we don't ever think critical thoughts. Or think about it as a toddler who's potty training. A toddler is potty training who gets some pee in the toilet. If they're getting some pee in the toilet, they're doing a successful job. They're doing something partially right. You don't criticize them for getting some pee out of the toilet, on the wall, in their underwear or whatever. You don't see a toddler like that, and you don't criticize them like that. So see your spouse the same way. See them like you might see your dog, or see them how you might see your toddler, or someone may see a toddler. See them as somebody that they don't have to be perfect. They're doing a lot of stuff right. So don't criticize. Instead, check into your unmet needs. That's it for now. I'm Scott Landis with Marriage Architects. We look forward to seeing you again.